And our football experts tell us that the Cowboys should balance their checkbook before breaking out the playbooks.
Because it's all women domination.
Let's go.
Plus, we continue to follow the drama surrounding LeBron's next contract and LA's role in free agency. We're going to start with the introduction of his son as a Laker. While Tennessee's Dalton Knecht is the first-round pick from last week's draft, Bronny James, well, he was in the spotlight. No surprise. The eldest son of LeBron's was the 55th overall pick after one season at USC where he dealt with a heart issue and played 25 games. It has been his dad's dream that they play together. Here's Bronny on the expectations of coming into the league with the James name.
For sure, amplified amount of pressure. I've already seen it, stuff, media and stuff in the internet and stuff, talking about I might not deserve an opportunity, but I've been dealing with stuff like this for my whole life. So it's nothing different, but it's more amplified for sure. But I can get through it.
Bronny has earned this, right? Bronny talks about his hard work. Bronny has earned this through hard work. And for us, prioritizing player development, we view Bronny as like case study one, because his base level of feel, athleticism, point of attack defender, shooting, passing, there's a lot to like about his game. And as we sort of build out our player development program holistically, he's going to have a great opportunity to become an excellent NBA player.
On the scene is Dave McMenamin, who didn't leave his wallet in El Segundo, but he's covering the Lakers there. You were at the press conference. Describe the scene for us.
First of all, Kevin, LeBron James and Savannah were both there to support their eldest son, Bronny, but they weren't center stage. There were a row of empty seats in front of where Rob Pelinka, J.J. Redick, Dalton Knecht, and Bronny James were sitting in front of the media, and LeBron and Savannah opted not to sit in those seats, rather off to the side to leave the spotlight towards their son. You also heard that word from J.J. Redick, development. Develop or development was said 18 times in today's press conference by J.J. Redick, Bronny James, Dalton Knecht, and Rob Pelinka, as we are trying to recognize, or they are trying to get the media to recognize, that this is not a quick fix. This will be a process for both of these young rookies. And also, there's a ton of attention already. There was significantly more reporters in the building today than there was a week ago for J.J. Redick's introductory press conference. So there will be intrigue and interest as Bronny James takes his first steps in the NBA.
Okay, so what's now next in this process or development for Bronny?
Well, first of all, he's got to come to an agreement on a contract and sign it with the Lakers. Last year, we saw picks in the 50s sign multi-year contracts, and Lakers, they certainly expect Bronny to be a full-fledged member of the team, meaning a non-two-way guy, but that actually has to get inked. Then a few days from now, the Lakers Summer League team will go up the coast to San Francisco to play their first game in the California Classic on Saturday against the Sacramento Kings. Expect to see Bronny in the lineup then, along with Dalton Knecht, but no J.J. Redick. J.J. Redick said he'll kind of be advising from the sides as he tries to fill out his staff. You'll get the Lakers South Bay G League coach Dane Johnson coaching the team both in San Francisco and then in Las Vegas next week.
Keep in mind, when they're on the floor together, maybe in the fall, this will mark the first time a father-son duo has played in the NBA at the same time in league history. Dave, thank you so much.
Kevin, we're currently the meat in an insider sandwich.
Woo!
We've got our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski. We've got our front office insider, Bobby Marks, with us now. Woj, what's the next decision for LeBron and the Lakers moving forward?
Well, the Lakers have been trying to see if there was a player of some impact that they could bring in using their mid-level exception, but they've got to get the payroll down to be able to use that $13 million mid-level exception, and that LeBron James would be willing to take less money on his contract to help him get there. But the players that they identified, Klay Thompson, James Harden, Jonas Valanciunas, they've gone by the boards, and it was always going to be a long shot to get those players at that price. And so I think it's a very limited market out there. It is a limited trade market. Unless you want to put draft picks with contracts to get money off, you're going to have trouble really adding to your roster. I don't expect the Lakers to look a whole lot different on opening night than they do now. That there's some moves around the edges. I don't sense there's a big impact move out there for the Lakers or very many teams right now.
Well, Ellie, when you look at it, if LeBron signs that max contract starting at $50 million, they would essentially have to move $25 million in salary just to go out and try to get a player like DeMar DeRozan at $13 million. So you're looking at D'Angelo Russell, you're looking at Gabe Vincent. They only have 4 second-round picks to trade. They have those 2 picks in the first round, 29 and 31. They're not trading those picks just to get off salary. They're even reluctant to move second-round picks to move off those 2 players. And there's 2 teams that have cap space. Utah at $34 million and Detroit. So that's who they would have to dump those 2 players to.
Okay, he mentioned Utah. They've got a guy here as the dust is settling, Lauri Markkanen, kind of on the board for best available player on the trade block. What are you hearing?
It's Utah's preference is to not trade Lauri Markkanen, but they've got to listen right now. They're kind of where the Brooklyn Nets were with Mikal Bridges. They've spent time. Can we find that second really good player to go with him? Yeah, Bridges, Markkanen, they're not stars. You're not going to build your whole organization around them, but they're really, really good players who go with stars. And I think for Utah right now, they're listening. And once Bridges went off the board to the Knicks, teams who do want a big impact forward like Lauri Markkanen, they're calling. They're offering multiple picks. And if you're the Jazz, you look at what the Nets are doing. The Nets are going to be chasing that number 1 pick next year. Do the Jazz want to take that step down? They have lots of picks moving forward. I think it's going to take a lot to get him out of Utah, but teams are calling. Sacramento has shown interest. New Orleans, Memphis at different times, San Antonio. But you have seen in Utah, whether it was the Rudy Gobert trade, Donovan Mitchell, they have held out for a very high standard for players they've traded. They're doing that with Markkanen now.
Keep an eye on August 6th. He's eligible to have his contract renegotiated. So Utah can take some of that cap space of that $34 million. They can bump it up to the max allowable. He's at an $18 million contract right now. Then they can extend him off here. So keep an eye on August 6th. The danger in trading for him is that it's unlikely he's going to sign an extension. It's 4 years, 113. It's below market value. So if you trade for him, he's going to have to play out the year and then become a free agent next offseason.
Okay, keep in mind, Markkanen averaged over 23 points and 8 rebounds for Utah last season. On a team not very good, he stood out. Fellas, thank you so much.
You'll take that production. Also, some big moves for the Cavs today. Adrian Wojnarowski reports that they are keeping star Donovan Mitchell with a 3-year, $150.3 million max extension that includes a player option for the 2027-28 season. Since trading for him a couple of years ago, Cleveland's made the playoffs in consecutive seasons. The extension well earned because just last year he set career highs in several areas, including rebounds and assists per game. In fact, he was one of just 7 players to average 26 points in 6 times, but he did miss 27 games, mostly due to knee issues, and the team's performance dropped significantly without him in the lineup, Kev.